All right, a better version of this morning's video. Nice and slow. Let me just walk nice and slow so I can walk through it. So, there's this idea. It's like, okay, so the debate, the Biden-Trump debate. It's this idea of like, okay, well, half, at the first third, people weren't, but then by halfway through, everyone is texting each other. Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. It's a disaster. Listen to the way Biden's talking. Oh no. So the key thing that I started to think about was, most likely this wasn't really about what Biden was doing. No. You gotta think more like a criminal. What do we know about the Supreme Court? No duckies, but lots of dragonflies. Look at those dragonflies. Look at them. Look at them going crazy. And so, somebody leaks from the Supreme Court information. We only got one leak. It was such a big deal that this leak happened that they've been very careful about this, whoever this person is. Because that's a serious, that's federal penitentiary time for most of your adult life. That's serious federal penitentiary time. So there's not many people who want to go to the federal penitentiary who are, Democratic, operatives, So they've been obviously very careful about leaking anything from the Supreme Court again. But that's what happened. The operatives basically were all talking to one another, and the Supreme Court decisions were what was coming out. In some way, shape, or form, they were getting wind of the Supreme Court decisions. So this is Supreme Court decision on homeless people, that you can punish homeless people for violating a variety of laws, that it's fundamentally, you could punish them for being homeless. This is not considered unusual and cruel and unusual punishment. The Supreme Court it says that changes everything on the West Coast. That changes fundamentally the way that property rights are being dealt with on the West Coast. 2, J6 defendants. They said, well, no, these people did not actually do anything to a congressional proceeding. They have to materially upset a proceeding. And so that's going to fall apart for a very, very, very large majority. And this is also going to change the way that anybody can posit, like, did Trump say this or did Trump cause that? And it's like, well, but he wasn't there. It was 45 minutes before, his speech was even over. So there's no words he could have said that caused people to materially stop Congress from doing something, because this was the first people who went in. And that was 45 minutes before he ended his speech. So that part, that's where people are like, that part of it's done. The J6 part of it for Trump is done. And also, this is a huge issue for the Department of Justice and lawsuits and discovery against the Department of Justice. And the Department of Justice, of course, is already showing and saying that they'll just come down on people even harder. They'll literally just separate all of the charges and then go after people for every last charge. So it really is that the Democrats are really showing, like, no, what we're planning to, we're not going to admit any in no way, shape, or form are we going to back off. We're going to quintuple down. The other decision. So while everyone's saying, oh my God, I'm getting text messages, they're panicking. They're panicking because of the SCOTUS decisions and Biden. This is the end of their party, practically. How bad some of this, because of Chevron. The last decision was the Chevron decision, and that's it. That changes everything. This makes people, this starts positing that the senior executive service, can you fire people if they commit crime? Like Fauci is most likely senior executive service. He can't be fired because he works for the Army, not the federal government. So he needs to be fired from by that line of authority. So because of the senior executive service, there's other organizations like this. So this idea that now we could fire people who are in the government, that the president will be able to just simply fire people, that changes every single thing about the way the government works. And the fact that got decided, and then that gets decided. The Supreme Court says whoever's going to be president could start firing people. And then what happens? Biden falls apart as this is happening. That's why they were panicked. So I just wanted to let everybody know how fascinating all of this is about to get. Because it's going to be, this is going to just be absolutely fascinating very, very soon. And I hope everybody's feeling great. We won't really know until Monday. Like what everyone's going to do, what everyone's strategies are going to be, how people are going to claim this or claim that. And the thing is, the Democrats have to mess this up. They have to. They don't ever not mess it up. That's the thing, is that you would think, oh, well, you could do this, and no. They are going, and it's because whatever they got involved in, whatever contract with Satan they made, they need complete and total power over the government. Otherwise, it just is all going to go tits up. So, all right. Talk to you guys later.